in existence.
All right, Chief Adebanjo, still on the issue of money.
Yes.
Do you think the political landscape allows the best hands to vie for political office?
It cannot. First, I'm only watching because if you ask now, they will say we're still preparing his program. Much as I support General Buhari on the question of corruption, no citizen in this country will oppose him on the question of corruption. In any form he could wipe it out, we support him. Where some of us have reservation, one is the question of being holistic. It shouldn't be selective. One should be able to go to the goal. Now, if this platform could be of any use to those who are to him and to those who want to want corruption, they should attack corruption from the root. And that's why you mentioned about the question of political parties. You mentioned the right one. He to experience it. He should make a law, a policy, that the question of, even in the primary, when a primary election, the party say come and deposit 5 billion before you can be a governor.
Yeah.
Can Charles, however much I like him, he's capable and all that, can I? No, this is the practical thing. If you want the young men to come out, can any young man from the university, with all the brains, with all the activity, come and compete for the first time, even before you go to election? Your party say bring 5 million. Not going to the election, then local government ditto. And for the presidency had an experience. He said he had to be borrowing money to get 27 million or something. What is he doing about that? If you really want to wipe up corruption, let him start that. From now on, no political party should demand more than so much for primary. Even for contesting election, put a limit to the election or something. That's because by the time you invest so much in an election, how can the man be free? How can he be corruption free? That is why people will come to you. That is the root. Another source of the election is what we try to do at the conference. There is too much money in the center.
That's true.
Too much money there. The center should be decentralized. Because of the money there, that's why corruption is so heavy. But if you decentralize it, if the money has been reduced at the constitutional conference, powers there reduced, we send it to the states, there will be less agitation for anybody to become president. There's too much power there. And that is why those of us who are insisting on the change is in the constitution. The present constitution empowers the president with too much power. Our president is the most powerful president in the whole world.
It's true.
Go and look at that constitution. That's what you could look into. That is why he could afford to even ignore his party in appointing his ministers. He's not bound. That's not our constitution.
Now, quickly, now that you've raised the issue of a very powerful president, perhaps it appears to be a legacy from our military history, and it appears the generals want to keep coming back. We have General Olusegun Obasanjo, head of state in 1976, coming back. General Buhari, head of state in 1983, coming back. What's this about the generals always bouncing back, and albeit successfully, Chief Wazirike?
I think we still have that mental prison of a powerful president with immediate effect. Don't you know, Mr. President, or you get out, I fire you, I sack you, I appoint you. We can't still imagine a president who says, before I appoint this man, I must send his name, I must do consultation, I must do X, Y, Z. So when the civilians come and they want to do things in a civilized way, we begin to long for the military with immediate effects, fire you, hire you. And that is the problem. Obasanjo was there for 8 years and had the best chance of changing the mental frame of our politics, but he messed it up. First 4 years was military mentality. Second 4 years was dealing with his opponents. That's what he did. And then thereafter he has become the wise man who, when he coughs, the nation will shake. It doesn't make sense. But the only thing I have to pray is that today, yesterday is gone, today is here, tomorrow is what we're looking forward to. President Muhammadu Buhari, whatever you do, help us civilianize government. Let us get back to civilized way of doing this. Barack Obama, being the most powerful president in the world, doesn't have absolute powers to do anything. He can't even deploy soldiers without going to
the Congress.
Consult other people.
Indeed, Alhaji Liman, then what will be the way forward at this point?
Well, the important issue is the party funding and the making sure that at the primary level you have really ingrained democracy, within the party framework itself, and a legal provision, within the constitutional amendments and all that legal provision adequately spelling out that the role of money should be de-emphasized, so that the best minds, the best brains, those with the heart for the nation, for the development of the nation, as identified by their own community within the political parties, can emerge. And most importantly, also, the proliferation of all these parties. There should be amalgamation of this party. We've seen it in a practical manner imagined, but it's not really documented. The way forward should be that we have certain number, a very minimal number of political parties, less than 10, in my own opinion, so that at least we can get.
All right, Chief Adebanjo, your last word. 1 minute.
My last word is that the constitution should be revised. We must come back to real federal constitution where there be equality. Right now, it's an awkward federation where one section is dominating the other.
All right, Chief Wazuke.
Yes, the only thing I have to say is that whether Nigerians have wondered why under the two military men, Obasanjo and Buhari, we have unstable National Assembly. But when we had the civilians, Yar'Adua and Jonathan, the National Assembly was allowed. The military should please remove their uniform from their mind and then allow the Constitution of Nigeria, as amended, though not this lopsided one, to operate.
Well, then, this is where we will be bringing the ship to berth, looking at the political landscape in Nigeria and the changes it has undergone over the years since independence.
Well, I'm Imana Amawe, and thank you very much for being part of the show.
And I'm Charles Aruka. Do join us again same time next week for another edition of Politics Today. And on behalf of our guest tonight, good night.